the roadmap to six figures. If you're at five figures, you've basically got the fundamentals there. You just need to improve them and expand on them and tidy it up. So the first step for scaling to six figures, I would say, would be definitely looking at your marketing and sales. So where are you now in terms of how much can you come in, like bring in? What's your capabilities in terms of revenue? So you've got to look at the systems that's bringing everything in. If the systems that you've got at the moment can only bring in you X amount, 10K per month, it's going to be impossible to scale to 20K per month. So you've got to look and make sure that everything is set up in order to be able to scale to that six figures. It's how many people are you, for example, on an online business where you've got inbound and outbounders, how many videos are you putting out there to get for volume, to get for spread for all of these different social media platforms? How many cold DMs are you sending? How many cold emails are you sending? So it's like building volume to put more leads into the funnel to then give you more potential clients, which is going to scale your revenue. In terms of hiring more employees that are going to do these tasks for you so you can spend more time on your return on investment tasks that are going to give you that leverage. So it's about the management between all the pieces that you've got and bringing them all together to work at the most efficient level that you have, and then outsourcing everything that you can, allowing you to focus on the things that are going to bring the biggest results. At the end of the day, why we're doing what we're doing is a work-life balance as well. You're not just trying to get rich or you're trying to get, as much money as you can. It's really about having the money to be able to give you the time and the freedom to do what you want. And that's the reason you put systems and processes in place and have the automations and the delegations so you can do that. Why would you want to set up a business so you have to spend 100 hours a week in it yourself? You set up a business so you can spend less and less and less and less and less, which is why you have to have these systems in place now and early, calling them the foundations, to peak up, giving you less time in it, more time in a business, and then you slowly have less time in the business if you set it up correctly. We find out where you want to go, what exactly you want to do. So you want to get your business to six figures. So it's about looking at the main issues that you have right now, and different businesses have different problems. Like income is not necessarily your problem. It's actually the fulfillment, the doing it all and having it all in the back end. You can definitely get on more clients, but can you fulfill them? Can you keep the processes going? And can you keep it to a high standard to be able to make sure that you get the good testimonials, you get the good social proof, and then you're scaling even more. So you're building a good business as you're doing it. It's very easy to go out there and just get clients, but keeping the high fulfillment and the good results is difficult as well. So you've got systems and processes, and then automation and delegation is very important to get in there as well. So once you understand the systems and processes, you can then go, okay, well, how much of this can be automated using AI, using different software, and how much can I delegate out? So looking at who you've got involved and all these different people doing different things, and you're at the top here. So you want to have as much free time as you can. Like you really want to be like only doing the things that are exactly going to get you that revenue. For example, what would be exact thing that's going to get you the highest return on investment? In terms of time management, this is one of the most important aspects, because if you don't manage your time correctly, then you're not going to get anything done that you actually need to get done, which is why it ties into having the systems and processes there, which give you more time to do certain things. And the same with the automation and the delegation. Once you've managed to get as little time as you actually have in the business, especially as a solopreneur, because we've seen this world exploding with one-person businesses. As they're trying to scale, they have problems because they're trying to do everything themselves. And that's the worst thing that you can do if you're trying to scale. You want to be able to go, okay, could you do that for me? Could you do this for me? Could you do that? And then in the world of virtual assistants, and we all know how powerful virtual assistants are if you give them the right input, much like ChatGPT or AI. If you give it the right input, you're going to really speed up all of the tasks that you're doing, even the high leverage tasks, and that's going to give you more time. So once you've figured all of this out in terms of how can I be as efficient as possible, do all my tasks as best as possible, and still have all of this free time to do the creative thinking and to focus on all of the highest return on investment tasks, you're now running an efficient business, which is giving it the capability to scale much, much higher. And it's like tying all of those three things in together, which a lot of people struggle to do, and which is why it's very wise to have somebody external from the business to be able to go, okay, these are your issues, this is what you should be looking at, have you tried this, have you tried that, and go forward and just give it a test. And it's all about testing as you're going through it and analyzing each step. Did that work very well? Maybe it didn't, maybe we should adjust that a little bit. Did this work very well? Analyze this, move that forward. But if you don't have the time to do that and you're spending it on tasks that aren't going to get you the results, then you're never going to have time to analyze and move forwards, which is an issue because that's going to stop you from scaling. And I don't know why so many people want to do everything themselves. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense to bring a team involved. It's fun to have a team, to grow, to have an amazing time, to really be that leader and inspire other people to the mission that you're on. That's what I did when I was running a hotel. It's like, all right, they are, they're cleaners, they're in the kitchen, they're washing dishes, but to me, they're part of the team. If we don't have the person who's washing dishes turn up, that means that one of us has got to go and wash dishes. So that's one of the most important tasks in the hotel, even though it's not high leverage or high return on investment necessarily. If that system fails, then we've got a problem. So you need all of these working cogs and working parts to work really efficiently. And, it happened a number of times where the person didn't actually turn up for work. So I'd go and wash the dishes. And I don't mind doing that every now and then. But you need to reduce that if you can to allow yourself to have the time to do all the creative thinking to scale. You have to set the standard. You have to give them the example of how you're going to work to then show them how they're going to work and how I expect them to go and work. And that's without even telling them. If you're going to sit in the office doing nothing, you're doing, all of these tasks that you need to do to run the hotel, that's great. But they're not going to see you getting up, going serving a table, going and cleaning a toilet, doing stuff that needs to get done. And by doing that, you're automatically building respect. And they're looking at you and going, he's an inspirational person. I want to work for him. I want to do things for him that's different. So this is the type of person that you need to be. You need to be the leader and not the manager. So scaling to 6 figures or scaling it at all in any way is make sure the hiring process is good. So don't just hire anybody. Don't just, the first person that comes on, I want you, we're going to do that. For me, I like hiring people who are very good at learning, very good at listening, and are keen to work hard. That's the difference. Rather than having experience, I would hire people who were younger, keen, and would listen than people who had 10 years cleaning rooms, because they often come in and go, no, you shouldn't be doing it this way, you should be doing it this way. And at the end of the day, I do things a bit differently. This is how I'm doing it, is because it's my hotel. So we're running it this way. So that's why I like to have people that are willing to adapt to your ways and not just be stuck in the ways that they've been working in 10 years. So have young, keen people that want to listen, that want to learn. Make sure that they want to work for you and they follow the company values, and essentially have that core team of people that are really following that mission, that where you want to get to. So you tell them when you're on board and go, okay, we want to get to 6 figures in a year. We're doing this because of this and this. This is the why I'm doing this. This is who we're helping. And you engrave them into that and you go, this is why we do what we do. And I want you to be a part of it. And that's why having a powerful team behind you is very, very important. So that's the aspect of people that are going to work for you, but also in the team, you want to have people that are essentially, as a lot of people I hear go, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. So what you want to do is have people around you that have really, really good skill sets in sales or accounts or marketing or all of these different aspects, and you utilize their skill sets and their knowledge and you leverage it for yourself. So they're not necessarily a part of your team, but definitely have them there because you want them a part of your network, which is why I should tie in having a good network, having good people you can pop off and go, can I ask you a quick question, is very, very important in scaling your business, because you are leveraging all that knowledge from them that they've spent 10, 15, 20 years building, and you're asking them a couple of quick questions, which could save you thousands of pounds and thousands of hours. So building a network is very, very powerful as well. Moving on to marketing and sales, which is essential if you want to scale your business to any sort of 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures. So if you don't have marketing and sales, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to grow, unfortunately. So it breaks down into retaining your current clients or retaining the people that you have coming back all the time, buying your products, buying your services and coming in. So when you're trying to grow, it's very easy to focus on getting new leads and new clients. And what tends to happen is that a lot of people forget about focusing and really giving the good fulfillment system or good product and service on the back end for them. So it's about having a balance on both of these sides, which is really, really important. So in terms of it, I always like to use the hotel as an example because that's where I have most of my experience, but also online, which we'll touch on in a second. In the hotel, you've got the guests that are staying week on, week out. We'd have some guests that would come 4 or 5 times a year. And they came 4 or 5 times a year because their rooms were very clean. The food was immaculate. The service was very good. They liked me because I had a personality and I was different and I was willing to hold a conversation with them for more than 5 seconds, which is actually quite nice when you're a hotel manager. And then it's about having everything work smoothly as an operation. You know, if they come in and they go, oh, there's no one at reception looking to book them in, or someone's not at the bar when they wanted it, they were waiting 10 minutes. So it's all of these little things that add up. And it's about having everything smooth and make sure everybody realize that you are the professionals and they want to remember you and they want to come back and use your services or product again. So remembering to focus on this, which is also key, because over time you raise the prices, don't you? So depending on what you're doing or what your products and services are, you're always raising prices, so your revenue is growing there. So you've got that element of it. And the other element, which is the most important, essentially, because you're trying to grow, double your revenue, triple your revenue, or whatever you're doing, is about focusing on the most effective marketing strategies that you have. So looking at, I would use the 80-20 rule again, and I use and apply this in my personal life and my business life. So look at where 80% of your revenue comes from. It's likely to be 20% of the sources. So look at those 20% of the sources and just double down on them. For example, in the hotel industry, all of ours would come through, they're actually the members of the society, so they would all come through there. So we would just we wouldn't even have outside guests in the end, because we knew that we could fill the hotel up just with the members. So we'd just double down on the marketing within them, sending brochures, sending this, sending offers. And we actually closed the doors to external members in the end because we didn't need to. So that's how powerful it was. So for an online business, for example, if you get most of your leads that come directly from your YouTube videos that go to a link in your call to action, that go to your funnel or whatever you've got working, or they sign up for your email, you're going to look at that and you're going to double down on all of these strategies. So it's about analyzing exactly where most of your revenue comes from and then doubling down on that. Sometimes it might even go, okay, what we're going to do is stop doing this and stop doing this because it's only generating 5% of our revenue and it's taking X amount of time away from us. So we're gaining this time, losing this revenue, but gaining this time. But we're then gaining this time to then double down on these sections that are bringing us the most revenue. So this is when the analytics come in terms of where you're trying to go with your business. So you've always, at every single stage, got to analyze and have things in place that allow you to look at things in this way. And that's the key to scaling your business.